As some of you may remember, Godamon was always my sister's favorite. We've got new Sylphimon, and finally, a Valkyrimon that doesn't suck. And is actually pretty good. Gotta try it out. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into Team Forbidden's YouTube page. It is I, Seto-sama the Fanatic, coming at you with a brand new deck profile from BT16. I call this one, it's Valkyrimon, the deck. I am calling it Valkyrimon Armor Turbo. Valkyrimon Armor DNA, excuse me. But yeah, without any further ado, this is a brand new deck. We just got a whole bunch of new support with a new Sylphimon with a new keyword for DNA Digimon. We got a new Salamon, a new Godamon, and again, a Valkyrimon that doesn't suck, unlike the first one from BT3. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into Valkyrimon Armor DNA. All right, so first things first, we're getting into the Digitama. I would run the Poromon egg, but it sucks. So we're going with this following package for eggs. 4 Coromon from BT14. It's the best generic red egg by far. And nothing else to be said. You check your opponent's security. If it's not a security effect that goes off, then deletes your Digimon, you draw a card. And then for the 5th egg, we're running 1 Yokomon. Normally, you would run only 4 eggs for consistency. There's a reason we're running this 5th egg. This 5th egg on deletion, you return a Digimon with basically all the bird, avian, beast, animal, or sovereign trait from your trash to your hand other than the sea animal. And we'll get into why we're running the 5th egg in a few moments. We have another old friend who's come back with a vengeance. So, next things up, we're running 4 of the promo Hawkmon. Oh, this thing is so good. Unfortunately, this is the only viable end-of-turn DNA Digivolve effect in the deck. I really wish there were more. I wish I could run the Salamon from starter deck 10, but there's not a single Nyaromon that's yellow, because this needs to Digivolve from yellow or red. That's really all that good. The original Nyaromon from BT2 is terrible. The new one from BT15 is just not that good. Unless you're running like full on with the trash your own security effects. It's not good. Just straight up. And then the only other 2 Nyaromons are the green one, which you saw in my Rapidmon deck profile, and the purple one, which this can't Digivolve on top of, so it sucks. But I digress. This one, on play, you reveal the top 3, add a 2-colored red or yellow card to your hand. So this searches all of your pieces, including the option card and the tamer, I might add, because it also adds a tamer card with Yoli Inoue in its name. So that includes the new Yoli and Kari that we will get to in a few moments. 4 copies of Salamon. You don't want to Digivolve into this if you want, but if you have to, it Digivolves from red or purple for 1, hence the red eggs. On start of main phase or on play, if it's your turn, one of your Digimon can Digivolve into a level 4 Digimon card with the Holy Beast or free trait from the trash with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. So basically, if you have Hawkmon out and this one's out, you Digivolve this into Godamon from your trash for 1, or this into Harpymon for your trash for 1. We'll get into the armors a little bit later in a sort of brief combo guide with that. For our other main rookie that we have in the deck, we are running 4 copies of Biomon from BT15. Why Biomon? Because, well, 1, this inheritable is dumb, and when you check an opponent's security, you gain a memory. So you'll gain a memory off the Bio, and you draw a card off the Koro if there's something on top of this. But the real reason you run this is start of your main phase, you trash a card with animal, bird, beast, or sovereign in the traits. In other words, all your top line except for the Dinobemon, because that's a mutant, or the Valkyrimon, because that's a warrior, or Fallen Angel, or we'll get to this boy in a few minutes. You basically trash like all your lower stuff, so that way you can Digivolve into it for Salamon for a reduced cost of 1. So if you got there's a whole bunch of starter main stuff that comes up with the Tamer and this card. And then so basically you search top 4 for any red card, put it in your hand. Doesn't matter if it's an option, doesn't matter if it's a Tamer. If it's red, it's going into your hand. So the last 2 Digimon, as I'm sure you guys have probably seen, we are running 2 copies of Ukomon from BT16. An argument can be made that, well, there's 2 arguments that can be made. Argument number 1, this card should have never been printed and should probably be banned. Argument number 2, this is better than the promo Ukomon. By far. So what does this thing do? Well, first off, it digivolves from any color, any level 2 of any color for 1. So you start this thing off, you're already at a huge advantage because you're choking your opponent to 1 memory. And then if that's not bad enough, your turn, once per turn, when one of your Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area, and yes, just like the promo Ukomon, that counts itself, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and add 1 Digimon card or Tamer card among them to your hand, return the rest to your bottom of the deck, then you may hatch a Digi-Egg in your breeding area. This card is busted. What were they thinking? Oh, good God. I basically came down for the formula for this on if I wanted to run this card or if I wanted to run the BT8 Hawkmon. The first time I tried playing this deck out, the BT8 Hawkmon bottom decked 4 cards. So yeah, I'm visibly and understandably shaken trying to run that card, even though I can just discard it for the Beomon and search other stuff, even though I'll never be able to get it back. But this card is dumb. If you have a deck that can run it, that runs super generic eggs, and even some decks that don't have super generic eggs still run it just because they push out for free. You get to search your top 3 for a piece that you're probably missing. It's dumb. It's nuts. And I'm very surprised that Bandai has not restricted this card and maybe the promo to 1 or just outright banned them. It's absolutely nuts. Really, really good card. There's a reason this is a $5 rare. This is Analog Youth all over again. Anyway, moving on. So, we are starting off our 4s with 4 copies of the new Gatomon. This Gatomon is tailor-made for both this deck and for Mastamon decks as well. It's really good in both of those decks. So, first thing to note is it normally digivolves from red or purple for 3, 4 cost hard play, 4,000 DP. Unfortunately, we have the Aquilamon in the artwork, and that's the only appearance of Aquilamon in this deck. I tried running the Aquilamon. It seems good on paper, but it's not good in practice. Or at least it wasn't for me. So, anyways, this thing digivolves from Salamon for 2, has Barrier. Thank God this is the third one that has it, because the promo has it, as does the BT15 one. The Inheritable, all I'm going to say, this just straight up replaces the promo. You don't run the promo anymore. This just straight up completely and totally power creeps the promo Gatomon. The one from the movie pack. Because it's literally everything that it does, except you retain a piece back from your trash. And your opponent's security is reduced by 3,000 instead of 2. It straight up just power creeps the promo. But on play or when digivolving, you trash a card in your hand, and then you return 1 level 6 or lower 2 color card that's red or purple from your trash to your hand. And I'm not going to lie, I am extremely miffed that they had to say level 6 or lower. Because that means you can't get back Ordinemon with this. Of course, it also means you can't get back the brokenness that is Shine Greymon Ruin Mode either. So, maybe a plus in that regard, but either way, on play or when digivolving, you get your pieces back. To go with that, we have 4 copies of Lynxmon. This is the new Gatomon armor with Gatomon and the Digiegg of Courage. So you'll Digivolve on top of any of your level 3s for 3. Or if you're Digivolving from the Trash of Salamon, it's going to go there for 2. But you can also just Digivolve for from Gatomon for free for 0. It's dumb. It is super, super, super dumb. And this basically just makes it so that way you have all of your armor plays and it helps you draw extra cards and go into your DNA Digivolutions a lot faster. To combo with that, we've got 4 copies of the Harpymon because we're running just the Gatomons and all the armors that we can get back. I didn't really explain the Lynxmon. So Lynxmon, it has Armor Burdened Rage. And when Digivolving, it minuses DP of an opponent's Digimon by 3,000. The Harpymon, if it checks your opponent's security card and you've got 3 or less, you recover 1. You gain a memory, and if you have 2 or fewer, you recover 1. 3 or more, sorry. So 3 or more, you gain a memory. 2 or fewer, recover a card. As long as you don't die in battle, and you've got Armor Purge that protects that. So these are all good. So you've got all your yellows and your reds to go into your Sylphimons, and then you got the Gatos to just, 1, get your pieces back, 2, gives you purple, so that way you can go into arguably the other best DNA. I don't think there's any beating around the bush. The Dino Beamon might be the best DNA in this set, but we'll get into that in a few moments. First off, 4 copies of the Sylphimon from BT16. Now we finally get to talk about this. Yes, these are the alt arts. We got 3 in a case, and I got a 4th one that night. Oh, it felt so good getting this in. This artwork just looks so good. So first things first, it Digivolves off of any red level 4 and yellow level 4. So basically your armors and your Gato. You get 2 armors out or a Gatomon and an armor, and you're good to go. So if DNA Digivolving, you -7 on an opponent's Digimon until the end of their turn, which is very important. But then when you Digivolve or when you attack, you also just delete anything that's 4K or less. So this helps with a lot of stuff. And if you have the Kari and Yoli Tamer, you'll be able to deplete their DP even further. So you can get rid of it. You can Digivolve into this. If you pass turn, going end of turn DNA, you can overflow the ace and then continue your turn and do other shenanigans from there. But let's move on from, well, I should talk about Partition first. So Partition, it's one of those, the effect text is so long that they didn't put it up here. They put it down in the inheritable. So how Partition works is if this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by battle or one of your own effects, you place the appropriate materials, just play the appropriate materials for free. So you play a yellow level 4 and a red level 4 for free. Yes, that is just as nuts as it sounds. It's like the Alter S, but worse. Because this doesn't do it by battle. That's the only downside, is it doesn't do it by battle. To complement the new Sylphimons, we have 2 of the old one, because the old one is still nice, and it still has nice board control options where you're able to -5K a Digimon and just kill a 5K or less. So if they have like anything out there that's 10,000, you -5K and then you kill it. And then you can just do the same when attacking with any of your 6s as well, which is nuts. Now, to finally talk about the Dino B. You will see this when I showcase the update of the Virus Imperial deck, because that is coming. I don't remember if we did an update on the channel for it before, but this Dino B is dumb. It is arguably the best DNA in this entire set. So it's also the most splashable, funnily enough, and it makes Lugumon even stupider. So it's any red level 4 and any purple level 4. Oh, would you look at that? Red and purple. So, yeah, the first thing this thing does is if you're DNA Digivolving, you play a free body from your trash. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but Well, I know why they did it that way. It's because Virus Imperial already does that. So that way you run 4 of this and then the Pyldramon or the other Dino Beamon for that deck. But then you can give one of your Digimon Rush, and then it can attack a player automatically. The may attack a player is optional. So you can just play the body and not attack and just go from there. But yeah, these are both fantastic. And you can blast your ace on top of all of these because they're all red. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the main star of this deck. 3 Valkyrimon Ace. Yeah, I wish I could run 4 copies. It's good, but it's not necessary, and you can always just use Godamon to get it back from the trash. Because it's a 2-color red or yellow card. So first thing is it's a 4 from any red or yellow, but as any of you should know by now, it doesn't matter because you could just blast Digivolve it during your opponent's turn after they resolve all their win attacking effects for free. And then on player when Digivolving, all your opponent's Digimon lose 5,000 attack. So if you have to, and they have like a super wide board, you can just hard drop this for 7 from your hand, and just minus 5k your opponent's whole board for the turn. And then all turns once per turn, when a card is removed from the security stack, you delete one of your opponent's 8k or lower Digimon, and then if this effect didn't delete, this card gains security attack +1. So the idea is you clear your opponent's board, and this is a double checker with hopefully minus 6k on security effects from both the Godamon and the Salamon. So it's effectively attacking for 18 for 2 checks. 3 checks if you've got a tie. For the other level 6s, we've got one of Fanatic Fall Down Mode. This should probably be the next card that I showed off earlier, but I also just really love this card. And it's so nice because you can just go into the Sylphimon or the Dino Beamon, play another body, and then you just Digivolve over this for 4, and then you pop a level 4 or lower and recover 1 if you've got the Gato in the sources. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Or if you go into the Dino Beamon, you've got your purple right there. Yeah, and then on deletion, you play a purple level 4 or lower from the trash. So if they try to run over this, they're like, oh, your partition's not going to go off me. That's fine. I'm just playing Godamon for free from the trash. Trash a card in my hand, get a piece back. Maybe get this back. So we only run the 1 for that. Now, I'll be completely honest. This next card is a huge point of contention. But because I'm running all the armors, and because I did actually pull one, I definitely have to run it. I talked about the Ukomon. Potentially, probably should not have been printed and or should be banned. This card definitely should be banned. I don't know what they were thinking printing this card. This card is just absolutely... Who thought immunity from everything was a good idea? And the fact that you can just put this on top of any level 4 armor with an option card, it's nuts! What were they thinking? So, Magnamon X Antibody. This card is not just overtuned, it's straight up hella overtuned, straight up broken. So, it digivolves from yellow, black, or blue for 4, but you can also just digivolve it from any Magnamon for 5. And that includes another copy of itself. So if you can run 2, good luck. This card is like 60, 70 bucks right now. And the alt art is even more expensive. This is just the base art. That's Armor Purge and Blocker. And then when digivolving, if you have Magnamon or X Antibody or an armor form in its traits for some reason, any of them, you get plus 3,000, you unsuspend, and you are unaffected by everything until your opponent's next turn. What the hell were they thinking with this card? Oh, all turns, once per turn, when a card is removed from the security stack, activate one of this Digimon's when Digivolving effect. Why? So you literally have to have it. The only out to this card is you stop it on swing after the initial Digivolution, or you have a bomb that checks it and just bottom decks it. That's the only out, or you have something that's bigger than 15, because 9 times out of 10 it's only going to be 15. But if you're able to go into it off of the arm and keep turn, you're going to have an 18 body that is unaffected by everything until the end of your opponent's turn. I have no idea what the hell they were thinking printing this card. It should definitely be the second card to be banned. This card should not be legal, period. All right, that's it. Rant over. Getting into the Tamers. 3 Yoli and Kari. The start of your main phase. Plays the Hawkmon or the Salamon. And then at the end of your opponent's turn, it plays the Hawkmon or Salamon for free. And then end of your opponent's turn, if it's still on the board, or it digivolved into something else and that's still on the board, that top card goes into your hand. So the other effect it has is your turn, when one of your Digimon digivolves into a red or yellow card, you suspend it and gain a memory. If you're DNA digivolving, you minus 3k an opponent's Digimon as well. So basically, ideally, you will have either a Salamon and a Hawkmon, or a Biomon that gets moved up. Hopefully one of these combinations. If you got 2, it gets even better. So we'll go off of the Salamon Biomon. So you can Biomon and pitch a Gato and search your top 4 for any red card. And then when revolving start of main, you can play Salamon for free off of this Tamer and then digivolve into that Gatomon that you trashed for Biomon for 1. You're probably wondering why I'm not running 4 copies of it. Maybe I should, but I feel like 3 copies should be enough. And to round off our Tamers, you can run the Sora package if you like, which is the Wings of Love and the Soras to just play your birds out a little bit faster. I opted to run 2 copies of Ty, because as y'all know, he's my boy, and extra security checks is always good. Into the options, we have 2 copies of Bestial Storm Dance of Affection. I was running 3 copies of this before, because this thing is really, really good, but the problem is it has some conflicts of interest in the deck. So the main is you can play an Aquilamon, we don't run any, or a Gatomon from your hand without paying the cost. So basically this lets you play Gatomon for free. Then 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand. The Digimon DNA Digivolve by this effect gets security attack +1 for the turn and may attack a player. And its security effect is you can play a Hawkmon or Salamon from your hand without paying the cost, and then add this card to your hand. So hand or trash without paying the cost, which is great. This basically, you have the Tamer out, you play your DNA, your Gatomon for free. The sad fact is, if you DNA right after, you miss the timing for being able to fetch a piece back with Gato, I believe, because that won't interrupt this effect because you have to fully resolve this effect first. So you either play the Gato and then pitch a card to get pieces to get a piece back, or you just straight up DNA and go from there. Next, we're running 1 copy of Awakening of the Golden Knight. This is the card that lets you digivolve any armor form Digimon into this broken piece of garbage for 3. And then it can't have its DP reduced until the end of the opponent's turn. It's dumb. Dumb. Ban this card, Bandai. Come on. We're running 1 copy of Crimson Blaze. I would run more than 1, but I don't have the room. Heck, this would be a 2nd copy of this card if I had more than 1 copy of this card, but I don't, so I won't, and I can't. And this card is one of the only answers to Tyrant Kabuterimon, because if Tyrant gets set up, you literally have no answer unless you have Awakening to go into your Magna X, or, you know, level 5 to go off into it, or this card. I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times again, this is one of the most broken option cards in the game. Oh, you have a green Digimon? No color requirements. We don't play green Digimon in here, but we could. But it's just, we don't. But yeah, that's Heaven's Judgment, minus 6k, and then minus an additional 6k for every color you have out. So yeah, that's Valkyrimon Armor DNA. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down below for notifications. Let us know what other decks you would like to see from us in the future. Eric has a Tyrant Kabuterimon deck list. If you guys want to see that, comment that down below. Let us know, because that deck is an absolute beast. But yeah, like, comment, hit that bell down below for notifications and for future videos, and we'll catch you guys later.